Ohio. Okay, I need to stop. I want to use this as like a backdrop type of thing, but I'm also using it to swat things. So we'll see how that goes. So today we're doing a reading on what does God want you to know. So let me tell you the hierarchy here. God is at the top. Most would say, the universe and whatnot, regardless of if you believe in God or not, and you like to say the universe, or you like to say whatever it is that you believe in because of your religion, it all comes back to God. He made the universe. So this isn't spirit, as in Holy Spirit. This is God. They're two different people. Even though Spirit does his bidding, she has her own, or he sometimes, but she has her own spirit. Like she is her own person. So this is not what Spirit wants you to know. This is what God wants you to know. And this is not going to be a pick a card reading, as you can already see from the title. That's funny. Okay. So, first card is the Star card. He told me to pick the card at the bottom of the deck. Whatever card at the bottom of the deck is happening. And it's funny because I felt like it was the Star. It was giving me some type of it was between the Star and the Magician. That was what my brain was saying. It was a crazy feeling. And we were also being told while we were yawning that you may need to get more rest. And we have the Four of Swords at the bottom of the deck, which is a card of rest and rejuvenation. Well done. Well done. Crazy. Alright. And then the Hermit card in the break. Those are both the same vibration of a card. But the Four of Swords is really about resting a lot more, just in general. You've been working too hard and you haven't been giving to yourself. You haven't been giving life to yourself. Water. Water is very important right now because the moon is full. It's not completely full yet, but once it starts getting full, that's when we start feeling the energies of it. And that's when emotions start getting a lot more heavy as well. And right now in your world, a lot of things are coming to a close. A lot of situations that have been held on to are coming to a close. And you haven't really been giving yourself enough love in order to get through those things. So you need to rest and you need to drink more water. You need to take better care of yourself. We have another wish card, wish fulfillment, Nine of Cups. And there's more water in the background. Cups is a water element card anyway, but yeah. And then we have the Two of Swords. which is the card about making decisions. God is saying that you no longer have to make a decision because he is now dealing karma on you and your situation. So you don't know what that means, and that's okay, because we're not going to tell you. You've been working really hard with people to try to fix a situation that has nothing to do with you anymore. You have not been taking care of yourself. I'm getting malnourishment in different ways. It doesn't have to be extreme one way or another, but there's a significant difference in the way that you've been handling yourself, treating yourself. You could also be gaining weight from either situation. You can gain weight from not eating correctly in general. It doesn't have to be under or over. So keep that in mind. Vitamin E deficiency. You need to go out in the sun more. We're getting another card about you working too hard. You're working way too much. It's like you're trying to solve all your problems by working. And nobody's appreciating it. Not even yourself. You're not appreciating yourself for the work that you're putting in. You're not seeing what you're working for is there. You're losing hope. And it's because you refuse to make a choice in your life. And that's the karma right there. God is going to just take that away from you in general, because you're not doing a sufficient enough job of it yourself. And you could be upset, but don't shoot the messenger. This is something you already know. He's been calling to you. He's been talking to you. He's been having you have dreams where you are asking him for help specifically, and you have yet to actually speak to him. I'm being drawn to the Nine of Cups, where I got drawn to the genie's belly button, and it looks like a third eye to me. And then I noticed that the genie actually has a third eye. So I feel like your solar plexus chakra is not, how do I use? Your solar plexus really is about your self-worth. It is your whole, I believe that I am good enough energy. And when that is out of balance, if any of your chakras are really out of balance, all the other ones are going to be out of balance. But your solar plexus is not the most important chakra. They're all, like I said, they're all very just as important. The heart chakra would probably be labeled as the most important. Excuse me. But the solar plexus chakra, in my opinion, would be one of the most important chakras to work on, because it's the chakra that nobody chooses to work on, because it's one of the more overlooked. Everybody likes to say, I want to open my third eye, I want to see more. I'm receiving downloads from the universe and stuff. And this is spiritual talk. You'll hear that a lot in general. But where dreams, pretty much dreams, where you'll understand them differently because your crown chakra is very active, or your throat chakra, because you're learning how to stick up for yourself and you're speaking your truth, and you're not a liar. You're being more honest with yourself. Or the opposite. Those chakras can be either easily in balance or easily out of balance. The heart chakra, you hear it. The heart is the whole receiving gateway. You have to have your heart chakra functioning at its best in order to receive what is for you. And if you do not have balance in your heart chakra, you cannot receive anything. And then everything also gets stuck in there. And that being said, It's normally one of the, if you want to heal all of your chakra points at the same time, you would start with your heart as well if you don't know what you're doing yet, or just in general, like to hit everything at once. Let's see. Then we have the solar plexus chakra, which we're going to come back to. Then we have the sacral chakra, which is your creativity, your sexual drive, your, really it is your stability, because if this is in balance, it really, it's one of the worst things to be imbalanced about. But then there's your root chakra, which would also fall under that. Once you start going to the lower vibrations of your body, lower frequencies, it is more imperative that those stay balanced. Your root chakra is your belief system and your security, your whole foundation is in your root chakra. Like, what do I truly believe in? What do I stand up for? Now, if I really wanted to skip a chakra and link two chakras together, that would be very important in that. I would say your root chakra and your solar plexus are most important to be working in harmony, because if one is messed up, then the other one's going to be messed up, and it does all go together. I can't stress that enough. But if I wanted to make it singularized and to make more sense to somebody that understands what I'm saying right now, your root chakra, if you are feeling unsafe in your own life, in your own body, in your own soul, your solar plexus is also going to reflect that same thing. That's your fight or flight mode. So you're like, I don't know if I need to take care of myself right now. I don't know if I'm worthy right now. I don't know if I'm even supposed to be doing what I'm supposed to be doing right now. Any of it. Like, it really is a lot of indecision in that choice as well. And so from this card, again, I'm getting that God really has been trying to help you understand through your feeling of unworthiness that your ego is not going to save you from anything. You need to go within. You need to not just always focus on your intellect. You need to not always just focus on working on the outside. It's your inside, and you're feeling more and more egotistical towards yourself and others. I don't feel like you're outwardly letting people know that you're feeling very crazy. We'll just say crazy because it's not going to be a judgment type of crazy. It's more of like out of balance, very out of balance, and you really could be feeling insane, like actually crazy, which again is not a bad thing. I'm insane, but then there's those times where like I'm definitely insane, where you're losing your shit. That is how you're feeling right now, and you've been working so hard to make sure that nobody sees that. This card came out, we didn't even read it. You're how do I explain this? You're really just trying to gather everything that you can to show everybody you're the man, and it's not working for you, and you don't know how to even admit that to yourself. And so God is taking that choice point away from you, because he gave you a choice. He gave you he gave you two paths already, and you chose to go a different route. And then you kind of assumed that either you could stay going on that path and get back to that choice point again and make the right choice, or basically you could just live your life the way it is. And there's the Magician. You're someone that's not meant to be a basic person, and you're choosing to be. I just want you to see this card, because I was talking about how God was trying to talk to you, and on the arm of, it was right here, on the arm of this character right here, I told you that God was choosing for you, right? And between light and dark, it really doesn't matter. They both have suns on their arms and whatnot. Yin and yang, we need both. But you are a divine masculine, and you're not choosing to live in your masculinity. You're choosing to, like, You're not choosing to live in your divine masculinity. You're choosing to be basic. I can't really put that any other way. I guess that card's staying out. And it's funny because I thought that this Eight of Pentacles was going to be the Sun card, but that, because I always see like this part right here, the face first, and then I always like see the rest of the cards, so I thought it was going to be the Sun card. I feel like you've been having that same type of problem. I felt like you really thought that you could work your way out of this by not listening to what God was trying to tell you, by not taking time for yourself, by not listening to your heart. And this is you waiting at your tree. Hold on. What's this? Yeah, got more Page of Pentacles upside down. You've been really working hard trying to figure this out, and you have been getting absolutely nowhere. And I know that may really suck to hear from someone you don't necessarily know, but that is definitely the message. Can you not? The Devil card popped up while I was shuffling right now. That's a card of codependency. You've been over depending on money to make who you are, who you think you are. Yeah, the Empress card. He gave you a choice, and it was somebody, not just a choice in general. That person would have changed your life, and you chose to not. You chose to listen to people that had nothing to do with the situation, and you didn't go and take your life in your own hands. And so you've been just trying to figure out what your resources are. This Magician card is here again. You cannot have work without faith. You can't do anything. If God is telling you to do one thing and you're choosing to do another, He's going to tell you who's right and who's wrong. So the bigger question is why are you working so hard to be against yourself? You already know you made a bad choice in the past, and that, yeah, you already know you made a bad choice in the past. This is specifically choosing the darker path, which is not, until a certain point in this world, that is when, that's when you actually choose death instead of life. But this specifically, that path you chose, it makes you feel like you don't even want to be alive anymore. I don't understand why you would want to just stay like that. I don't understand why you wouldn't just want to keep what you had to begin with and go for it. You're a resourceful person. You're doing everything that you wanted to do. You already done proved yourself wrong. So what is there left to do rather than just make the choices to do what you need to do and go forward? And you don't know that. Yeah, you don't know that because you're so used to being betrayed by the people that you let talk you into stuff or talk you out of it. I'm seeing that these other people are also gaining weight in different ways as well. And it's not a bad thing to gain weight. It's actually, some people I know, they want to gain weight. I like, my body in certain different ways, but when I say it like that, I mean like in unhealthy ways. They're not taking care of themselves either, and you're mirroring them. You are allowing those people to ruin your life. You are allowing yourself to ruin your own life. And I feel like you believe you kind of deserve it. And so you just keep working real hard. It's like someone is also giving you tasks. So you're not even really working for yourself. You're working for someone else. and they don't care that you're working so hard. You're not appreciated. Stop. This is one of those readings where I don't want you to feel like someone is talking to you in a way where you shouldn't be spoken to. But I'm also the type of person that's tired of babying people that truly can see themselves and decide to keep lying to themselves when they could be doing better and they know it. And it's not even a matter of how. And you already know that. But you're choosing to play a game that you don't know anything about. So, you're choosing to play a game that you're choosing to not know anything about. Does that make sense? You might as well be the dude holding the chessboard underneath and wishing that you knew what was going on. But you are letting other people run your life like you're not important in your own life, and it doesn't make any sense because you see the way that they run you see how the world runs their lives as well, but you're choosing to stay small and be like them. We have another world card. Hold on. You made a choice. You didn't like it. You realized you didn't like it. Why did you keep going in that same direction? Why did you think it was okay for you to suffer by yourself while everyone else tries to take from you, and yet you are just giving to the point where you feel like you need to keep everything to yourself because you can't have anything for yourself, right? That doesn't make sense to me. I'm getting angry for you. I would be pissed if I were you. I would be very upset. I would be like, why do I deserve to be in a situation like this? Because you don't. But you chose to do so, to be in that situation. Then you chose not to do anything about it, despite your better judgment. Despite having the knowledge. Despite knowing that you deserve more. And you just didn't want to look like a fool. But the Fool card is a good card. It's a card that says that you trust God. And even though you haven't physically made any of these choices yet, God is going to make that choice for you because you can't be trusted to do it on your own, apparently. You can trust yourself thus far, but there's a point where you need to learn how to let go and trust in God. And if you don't know who He is, He's been trying to tell you. And so at this point, you really do know who He is. You're just choosing not to know. You're choosing to be ignorant. You are choosing to be ignorant. You can have what you want in real life. You can get over this past heartbreaks. And I do say heartbreaks, there's a reason. The Moon card is specifically about seeing things behind the scenes. And then we have the King of Wands in reverse. I want you to stop being so fickle towards yourself. You make a decision and then you go back on it. You make a decision and then you go back on it. When are you going to realize that that doesn't work for you? That's gotten you into so much trouble. It's one thing to look at a situation and weigh it all over the place, but then to make a choice in your life where no one else can make the choice in your life except for you, and to purposely put yourself in a situation where you're working with people that are bringing down your whole morale, you are not treating yourself with kindness, love, affection, and you need to meditate, you need to take a nap, you need to take a couple days off of work, because you're not working, for yourself. You could be running a business, but you're not working for yourself. You're doing something you don't want to do. You're overworking. And you've been spending all day doing it. I feel like you wake up and you don't like days off anymore just because you're not distracting yourself from what it is that you really wanted to do. Excuse me. I'm going to pull one more card. And don't be afraid that somebody just told you to your face everything that needed to be said. Like I said, this is a message from God. And specifically, we need to stop being afraid of hearing the truth about things, to the point where we like when people just sugarcoat everything for us. Because if people don't tell you what you're supposed to be knowing, then you're just looking like them, messing up, just absolutely messing up. And then it's a cycle. It's just a cycle of you just messing up. Everybody just messing up and nobody's telling anybody the truth. What kind of relationship is that? You are going to receive good news very soon. This is a part of that good news. You will find the person that you left behind, or they left you behind because they chose to change. And you will start working towards something that actually means something to you. Yeah, basically. That's pretty much all the cards that we're getting right now. We have the happy family home. We have conflict being put to rest. We have the Knight of Pentacles finally in reverse, because it's saying that you'll finally step forward and do what you need to do. We have the Three of Pentacles in reverse, saying that those people that are holding you back are going to be toast. The Tower of Moment, something big is going to happen to where it erases all the pain that you've had to go through, and it'll be very sudden. And the Page of Pentacles is what I was saying about your physical life being brought into the light instead of it being what it is right now. And Ace of Cups, it will be very extremely emotionally fulfilling. So your life will be moving into calmer waters. You'll start to feel calmer. You'll have more clarity over your life. And God is helping you do that right now. And he really wanted to let you know that. And he really prays that you listen to him this time instead of trying to shut him out, because you're not going crazy and it's not weird that you can talk to God. He is talking to you. He is literally speaking to you right now, and he's been speaking to you in other ways as well. And you already know that, and you've been purposely going back on your word to him, because I believe in your dreams you've been speaking to him as well, and you have not been following through. The Magician card one more again. You have this, but magician is a magician. You're negating the whole magic behind the situation. So, stop that. So that is going to be the end of this reading. I hope that helps somebody out. I don't even need to say that, because that's not even my message to give out. So there will be no personal reading for this, like in general, even if it resonated, because this isn't my this is a message specifically from God to whoever it is that needed to hear this. So this is not just a spiritual message in general. This is God himself, our Father, my Father. We are not So this is not, if you want more guidance, ask us and stuff like that. If you feel led to watch another one of our videos and you get more guidance off of that situation and you would like to be a part of that, then you can. But in this one, there will be no information on how to get through that, because there's nothing else to say right now. So prayers.